Hey there, I'm Dean from Paperform, and today I'm going to show you how you can calculate the length of time an appointment should be based off the answers of other questions in your form. This is great for people who provide varied services like masseuses, plumbers, gardeners, cleaners, or anyone who wants to quote for how long a job should take and scheduling the work in the same form. So this form that I'm showing you here is for a masseuse. The masseuse offers 3 different services here, different kinds of massages: head and shoulders, full body, remedial, each with a different cost and each with a different time. This is just a product field. The end game of what we're trying to achieve here is have this appointment field be tied to the amount of time these services take, so that when I click full body and try to book in a time, the time is for an hour, not the default 30 minutes that it is here. So I'm going to show you how we set this up. So back into the editor here, and I'm going to add a calculation field called calculated length of time. So to do this, we're going to use a calculation field. If we scroll down to the bottom of the list, then we see calculations. Calculations allows us to use Excel style maths on answers to questions to calculate numbers, essentially, along with other useful things. The calculation for this is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm actually going to paste it in here because then I don't have to type it in for you. The calculation uses a function called switch. If I search down here in the docs and click switch, then you can see what switch does. The idea behind switch is that you pass it an original value. So in our use case, that's the answer to the choose a service question. And then you can pass it a series of keys and values. So you can see here I'm passing the title, head and shoulders, 30 minutes of that product, and the second value after that is 30. So that would say, if the answer to the product question is head and shoulders, 30 minutes, then we want the answer to this calculation to be 30. Full body, 60 minutes, remedial, 95. And this final option here, which would normally be the start of a key, but there's no matching value for it, is a default value. So before any answer is selected, the result of this calculation will be 1,000. The reason it's 1,000 is because that's going to actually try and schedule an appointment for 1,000 minutes. And that doesn't really fit in any day, so it essentially disables the appointment field. To hook this up with the appointment field, we're going to go here to configure next to the appointment, and over in event details, we're going to scroll down to length of time. So the length of time is currently set to fixed 30 minutes, and what we want to do is click in here and go down to custom. Custom can be used if you want to put in a length of time that's not in our default list, but it can also be used to pipe in the length of time from another question. Specifically, it's very useful from calculations. So I'm going to choose my calculated length of time here. And that's it. I'm going to save that. The calculation is going to be hidden from the person who's submitting the form. They're not going to see that calculation live, but I will show you what this looks like. Okay, so the form's loaded, and by default that calculation is going to be 1,000. So you can see that there's no days available, because there's no days that have 1,000 minutes available to book the time in. But if I click full body, then we're going to load the availability, and I might go to day here, and we can see that this is now 9 to 10, 9:15 to 10:15. These booking lengths are always an hour. And if I click 95, that availability is going to load again. If I click in here, we have 9:30 to 11:05, which is 95 minutes. This doesn't get in the way of any of the payments related with the product field. You can still continue through and pay for that after I pick a time. And that's it.